All right. Good morning, everyone. James with Team Finish Strong. Getting ready to start and finish the Tour de Zwift with the Alpe du Zwift. There's a tongue twister. Saved the hardest stage for last. And today, I'm hoping I can hit my 25th attempt, completed attempt up Alpe du Zwift, and get that Masochist badge out of the way. Every time I go up it, I think, this is the one. So, I know I keep getting closer with every miss. Hopefully we'll be able to get that badge in the locker today. Right now, I'm just warming up with the C Pacer bot. And let me tell you, it's been an interesting warm-up. You see the spike there in the middle of the graph. That was me trying to fix my keyboard that had fallen on the floor because the stream was not working. So here I am. I have been diagnosing stream problems and warming up at the same time. Hard for the course when you're live streaming in Zwift. Technology, let me tell you, you gotta love it, you gotta love to hate it. Well, I'm glad to have you guys joining us today. With a little bit of short notice here, if you guys want to ride along, it is not a meetup today. It is an event on the Zwift calendar. Tour de Zwift, stage 3, I think. It's the mountain route. And we'll be doing the B category today, Road to the Sky. Starts at 9:32, so you got 4 minutes to jump in if you want to join us. In the meantime, I'm just trying to clock in some kilometers. And there's probably no faster kilometers out there to clock in than with the C Pacer bot. I think that's pretty much the fastest way to get some miles in Zwift. The only thing I don't like about the Pacer bots is if you're not warmed up when you join, it's a little rough getting your heart rate quickly up to speed. If if the Pacer bot's anything tempo or above pace, there's really no warm up period that you get, no grace period you get with these bots. So I'm doing better now. I can breathe. My heart rate's settled in. Been warming up for about 18 minutes, as you can see. So I'm gonna get ready to jump on over for the event. We only got a few folks joining us for Alpe du Zwift in the ride this morning. I think it was like about 50 last I checked, although it could be higher. but just look for me. Can't miss the blue jersey and blue bike. And I've got Finish Strong in my name. So if you want to ride, our group is, I think, is going to be riding at about 2.0 to 2.3 plus per kilo. I doubt it will be any more than that. So a little bit slower than this C pace that we're doing here. Feel free to come on and join us. Alpe du Zwift takes about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on your fitness level. And at our pace, probably we'll be splitting the difference. Somewhere around 115, maybe 120, something like that. So, not going to be a crazy pace today. And per my custom, I'm going to just jump right on over to the event just before it starts. If you guys have any comments or questions, I should be able to answer them in the chat. I don't think we're going to be doing race pace today, so be happy to have a conversation. And looking forward to this ride. I really do hope I knock this badge out. 25 times up Alpe du Zwift is a lot. Unless you're Everesting, which actually is still a lot. It's more than an Everesting. Much more than an Everesting. Probably 2 times Everesting. All right. We're under a minute to go. Let me go ahead and switch on over here for just a second. For those of you who are riding along, you can join us in the stream, and that'll help you keep proper pace if you want, or just look for me in the rider list. All right, I think I've waited as long as I can here. We'll go down to 10 seconds. All right, here we go. There we are. All right, nice little group. Okay, so we'll start off 2 watts a kilo until everybody finds each other. Oh man, I want to do a bike change. All right, I'm doing a bike change. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. We're not trying to go for a record today. No bike change required. Normally though, if you've got the lightweight bike, the Tarmac Pro, I believe, is the bike of choice, along with the Milstein wheels. It definitely will help you with your time. But since time is not a factor today, we'll just keep everything as is. So we've got our fellow teammate Ben Franklin joining us today. So Ben, if you're out there, I'm in 70th position right now. So I don't know if I need to go faster or slower, but I'm just going to hover right here, and you can either let me know your position if I've got to catch up, or I'll just wait for you to join me. It's a good thing we're starting off at that particular pen, because it appeared as if on the little map thing, I thought we were going to have to start all the way back in Watopia. So that's nice, not having to do that climb, that 5-minute climb prior to the big effort. So unfortunately, with a descent like this right from the start, it's going to take probably a few minutes for Ben and I to meet up. Because it's unrealistic. You're in 47th place? Okay. So stay where you're at, Ben. I'm going to follow this group up. I got a little group that wants to kind of push you a little bit, and we'll get up to 47th place where you're at. If not before the climb, I'll catch you on the climb. It's very hard to catch up while you're going downhill. It would take a lot of watts to do that. And you'll see here, we're going to scoop up a lot of people, a lot of stragglers along the way, because this dirt really does not favor road bikes, especially if you're not in a peloton. Now you're in 68. Well, you're almost right in front of me then. There's a little rise coming up, Ben. I'll catch up to you there. I see you. You're only 4 seconds ahead. Try not to lose your group if you can help it. I guess you did. So if you don't end up staying with that group, just fall back, I guess. So we're going to end up catching up to you, Ben. So you might as well just hang right there. All right, here we come. It's going to be hard to see where you are. You're probably one of these folks that I'm right around here somewhere. Okay. I got to figure out what bike you're on and what helmet you're wearing. All right. Let's see here. Which one of these? Okay, I see you now. You already got a whole back pocket full of kudos. Good job. All right. I'm going to try to, whoops. I'm going to try to keep pace with this group here. But it doesn't, I guess it doesn't really matter. Sorry about that, Ben. Okay. I see it. Okay. Well, I thought that was you. Okay, I think I see it. Alrighty. For those of you who are not familiar or new to Zwift, Alpe du Zwift is one of the later courses that have been added to Zwift. It's not the latest one, but it's a newer one. And at the time of its introduction, it required you to be, I think, level 12 or above. I don't know if they still hold that requirement or if they've released it to everybody. But you could avoid that requirement by joining an event like this and get a chance to ride it. So if you know, like for example, Ben, my teammate, if he's not yet level 12, he can ride Alpe du Zwift by joining an event like this. You can do it at a meetup too. You can bypass it by creating a meetup. And even if you don't know anybody who'd want to tackle that mountain, You can just make a meetup of one, and you'd have access to the mountain. So that's a little bit of background on Alpe du Zwift, which is coming up on our right here in a little bit. That is not it. It's to the right. It perfectly mimics Alpe d'Huez in terms of the hairpins and the grade. And there it is. So it will have the same bite that the real climb has. Though I will say, okay, I see you, Ben. Thank you. I think I'm drafting off of somebody is what's happening here. So if you've ever ridden Alpe d'Huez is definitely harder than Alpe du Zwift. I don't think the trainer accounts completely for every aspect of the effort that the real life climb has, especially altitude. So, but it is a good training simulation. It's just about as good a training simulation as you'll have for the real thing. All right, Ben. We're just about ready to start. So we're looking at about an hour and 15 minutes of climbing from here. A little more, a little less, perhaps. Hey, Ben, there you are. And we're going to keep it steady. So, Ben, you set the pace, my brother, and we will follow each other up. And there we go. So, some of the things, the features of Alpe du Zwift that are noteworthy, you have on the right an overview of the actual climbing that you'll be doing, the hairpins and the riders on the course. Let's see. Ben's pulling a pretty good pace there, brother. Let me go ahead and switch on over here. So that's on the right. You also have your current grade. So you'll see that at the top, 10% currently. And then on the left-hand side, above my head, right here, you have a chat window. Now, you have current times. Let me see if I can get rid of the chat window temporarily. Where's that chat window? Let's try this. You have your current sector. So right now we're working on sector 21. And we are averaging 164 watts and 133 beats a minute. And you used to have your record time, but I guess because of the fact I have not been up this in 30 days, I do not have my old times listed. So that's how it works. All right. It's time for me to catch up to my teammate. We'll get the chat back on here. I actually don't know where Ben is. I think he's 2 or 3 folks ahead. So go ahead and pick it up a little bit. I think you're ahead of me, Ben. I think I saw you pass me. There you are. Okay. All right, Ben. What pace do you want to set? Well, don't slow down. Are you having a dropout, maybe? Having dropouts? Dropouts are tough. So if you want to set 2.5, 2.7, just let me know. One thing's for sure, this is definitely a little bit more than a tempo pace for me, so it'll be a good workout today. All right. All right, there we go. At 160 watts. 160, 170. This is like following the pacer bot, basically. But it feels harder. I think it's psychological. Gotta be psychological. So set a pace that's comfortable for you, Ben, and we will match. I will match it. Whatever you want to do, I'm game. Want to go for the hour record? We can do it. Well, okay, I can't do it. Need to do some more training to do that. All right. Don't have to worry about going more than 20K an hour here. Though I suppose some Zwifters can probably break the speed limit here. All right. Go ahead and give out some kudos while we're at it. Okay. Got a little Peloton here, a little mini Peloton. You know, when I used to do Alpe du Zwift one of the ways to motivate myself to push harder was I said that every time I got a ride on, I would do 50 watts more. Oh, thanks, Ben. But no, we won't do that today. But it's kind of a fun way to challenge yourself, you know. Break up the boredom too, unless you're trying to do, you know, PRs on your lap times. All right, very good. Very good, Ben. So I guess we'll just keep it right where we're at. Keep this pace right where we're at. Here's the steep section. One of the steep sections. Yep. I got you, Ben. Just got to tick away the sectors. One sector down, 20 to go. One thing about Zwift, I always have to change position a little bit, change riding, pedaling and riding style to keep the pressure points relieved. We don't do this in erg mode. One time I set a workout to just make Alpe du Zwift the workout. I set it to a wattage that I thought I could sustain for an hour, hoping to get a PR that way. Just nice, steady, you know, through the application of nice, steady power. But when it got to the point where I needed to get some relief and stand, that change in cadence made it almost impossible for me to get back to a normal cadence. Because when I bumped down the gears, the erg mode increased the resistance to keep the watts. And so I never really was able to get back to a proper cadence after that. And I ended up just having to quit the workout. So I've learned my lesson with erg mode. If you use erg mode, don't change cadence, just keep it nice and steady. If you'd like to spin, don't let your cadence drop, and you should be okay. Because once your cadence drops, it's very hard to get it back up, especially if you're fatigued. So you're doing really good. Watts are averaging spot on, and heart rate's looking great. All right, so we got another one down. 18 to go now. You know, the one thing that is lacking about all of the Zwift stats on Alpe du Zwift is an elapsed time to go to the top. We've got a distance counter on the right, I think, though it does not match the lap counter at the top, strangely enough. So we got that, but we don't have an estimated time to completion, which would be nice to know. So we're keeping a pretty good, nice steady wattage, just a hair under 180 watts. So Ben, if this is hopefully this is comfy for you. If not, let me know in the chat, and we can go down a gear. Trying to keep my watts steady through the turns. That's how I usually like to do the turns, Ben, is to just keep power through the turns. That way I don't have to surge. You know, at this pace, really isn't any need for a break from the effort. Just keep it nice and steady. Let's see. Okay, there you are, Ben. So these guys are looking to ride on through. You know, that wouldn't be a bad way to try to get a badge, seeing these folks here. So there is another badge that you can get on Alpe du Zwift. Yeah, I'm not really sure the name of the badge, but you get it for completing Alpe du Zwift in under an hour, which requires a good bit of fitness. I think you have to average about 3.2 watts per kilo, which is just a little bit more than what I can do. Just a hair more. Either that or I got to drop some pounds. I either got to lose weight or gain watts. Either way, it's not something that I've been able to attain, unfortunately. And I'm 51, so I may never see that one in my garage, that badge. But one way that you can work towards that goal is if you see somebody doing about 3.2 watts per kilo, especially someone like me who I just don't know if I can match that, you know, to just try to hang on the wheel. And that motivation to hang on may just make the difference. You never know. Especially if you're right there, you're almost there at the fitness level that you need to be. You may be able to find an extra source of energy. But that's what it looks like to be at sub 1 hour pace, right up there, approximately. All right, so our last sector was a bit high, averaged 188. I think it must have been a short one. We're averaging now about 180. I've been yapping too much and not paying attention to my effort enough. Sorry about that, Ben. We're knocking the sectors out. We got 16 to go. And there's turn 16. Okay, we're right about where we need to be again now. 176. Sorry, Ben, I push through the turns. Try to keep my watch steady through the turns. All right, back on point here. Oh, that's not you, Ben. You're still 5 meters back, sorry. All right, so I'll try to keep about 170, 180, high 170s if I'm pacing us here. Okay. Actually, Craig, it's not too bad. If I can carry on a conversation, I'm actually not hurting too much. It's when you see me shut up that I'm in trouble. Right now, it's about a tempo effort for me, so not too bad. But we could have used your help today, Craig. You know, the way climbing works in Zwift is that you can set the gearing to whatever you want through the trainer difficulty. So it just comes down to how many watts you want to push, you know? You're not going to grind to a halt because you can always set the resistance to a cadence level that you prefer. For me, 80 and above is good. Now, if this was the real Alpe du Zwift, I wouldn't be able to push 80 RPM, even in the granny gear. So definitely different in real life. All right, we're going under the bridge to nowhere. Let's see here. Why am I not able to do anything? They've got us locked. Oh, that's right. Here we go. Let's see. Where does that bridge go? I've always wanted to know. It's probably one of those design elements that has no real function, you know? In another steep part here. There's the bridge. Yeah, not really going anywhere. Okay. There we go. Oh, we'll go. Well, you get to see the graffiti a little bit better this way. 90% mental, huh? If you say so. I don't know if I believe that. Almost there. Don't kid yourself. We're not even halfway there. That's a lie. All right. Oh, hey Ben, where'd you go? Did you have a dropout? Okay. Yep. All right. Keep it going, brother. Give myself another little break here. Catch up. This is not sustainable, by the way. Okay. Oh, I'm still on the big ring. That's funny. I was wondering why I was running out of gears. Okay. Steep hills. Well, knocking another turn down here. Turn 14. 13 to go. Let's give a kudo out. We're getting closer. I never really could figure out what the halfway point actually is. I think it's around turn 7 is my guess, though it's not based off of the number of turns. I think it's based off of the overall distance and time to go. So it's very deceptive when you get around half the turns done, like around turn 11, turn 10. You're really not halfway, unfortunately. So, well, it looks like my heart rate climbed a little bit. Okay. So last term, we pushed the watts a little bit. Now we're back down to our average again. And hopefully my heart rate will settle back down to a tempo. Yep, there we go. Good. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast, so they say. I think it applies to climbs too. Maybe once we get over halfway, Ben, we might kick it up to 2.5, maybe 180, 185 watts, something like that. It's your call. You're our pace setter today. Don't drop the load. Thank you, thank you. I think OSHA would have a problem with that. Oh, I forgot. This is the realm of Zwift. There is no OSHA. Where people can go through bridges and walls. And crashes do nothing. All right. Ben's taking the lead. Okay, yep, set a pace you're comfortable with. Okay, so same pace, got it. Same pace. About 170, 180. Will do. And the castle. We'll give out another kudo, I think. Yep. All right, we did great. 177 average for the last one. Oh, got caught on my teammate's wheel here. You know, speaking of that, because Zwift pretty much takes all the steering off your shoulders by default, I never really did see a need for steers though, unless of course there are races that accompany it. All right, yep, we can bump it down a little bit, Ben. So I just don't see the need for it. Okay, inching closer here, almost at turn 11, or turn 12 rather, sorry. Back down here, kind of one of those odd places where you can't find a great gear. Okay. Go ahead and give out a kudo while I still can. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Thank you, thank you. Heart rate slowly creeping up. There we go. Back down again. All right, 11 turns to go. Whew, feeling a second wind coming on. Yes, sir. I always love it when I feel that second wind. Although today it's coming a little early because we still got a lot of riding to do left. Time for another break. Thank you, B. Reed. Appreciate it. Go down a gear here. Okay. All right. Hopefully I can steady it up here. Turn 11. Okay. Our averages are getting a little bit slower. For whatever reason. Ten turns to go. .58 of 12 kilometers. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. Kind of right on the edge of threshold pace here. So we are doing Alpe du Zwift. For those of you watching, we are using the Tour de Zwift as a way to have some camaraderie here on the mountain. And we got 10 turns to go. And I'm hoping this will earn me the Masochist badge today. Because I have certainly suffered a lot on this mountain. All you guys got to do is watch some of my past live streams. Like the Hout route. Boy, Hout route. Oh, that killed me. And then, if any of you did the Hout route last year, you probably remember how Zwift was fond of dying about 2/3 of the way up. And that's what happened to me. I was doing a good pace, working hard, and then the stream, and well, the stream didn't die, but the game died, and that was it for my attempt that day. So Zwift has come a long ways. They're doing a lot better about keeping things stable. The Masochist badge, Emiliano, never get it. Well, if you're not fond of climbing and you don't ever visit Alpe du Zwift, then yes, I wholeheartedly agree with you. But you know, this is how I frame it mentally, the effort, Emiliano. If I'm going to do, let's say, over-unders for over an hour, like if I do 5 sets, thank you, Bike Beast. If I do 5 sets of 40-20s, 10 in a set, then that's pretty much going to get me to the top of Alpe du Zwift anyway. So if I'm going to do the effort, you know, why not just get credit for climbing the Alpe on top of it? So that's kind of how I do it sometimes. I do it as a workout, which takes some of the mental side of it away, the challenging side of it, because now you're just turning it into just a Watts, you know, a Watts thing where you're just trying to hit your targets for your efforts. So I've done that a few times. And then most of the other times I'll do it in an event like this where it's a little more interesting. You know, if I got to do it anyway to complete, the Tour de Zwift, then I might as well go ahead and do it. Six kilometers to go. We're getting there. About halfway now, distance-wise. Time-wise, I'm not exactly sure. Probably a little more than halfway, time-wise, I'm guessing. Let my heart rate get back down again. Ben, you're doing really good. It's a good pace you picked. I like this pace. I really do. It's not total suffering. There's the Yeti. All right, I'll ease up a little bit, Ben. Just as long as the Yeti doesn't get me. So, Emiliano, how many times have you done Alpe du Zwift, you think? I think we lost a live stream. We may have. Well, I have to believe I'm up there. I've done it so many times. It's been, how many years has it been since Alpe du Zwift has been out there? Quite a few. All right, another stand-up session here. got a visitor. My cat decided to visit today. She's too shy to say hello. There we go. All right. Unfortunately, the next hairpin turn 7 is going to take a while to complete. That's a long one. All right. See if we can get us back on pace. Get ourselves back on pace here again. A little bit below pace. Still a lot of people on the mountain behind us. And a lot of people up ahead of us. It's really almost like a TT effort. Once you get on the mountain, everybody's got to do their own pace. All right, we're going to hit a little rise here. 14%. Let's just try to push through this. All right, we're getting a little bit closer to being back on pace. Give out another kudo. Go. Thank you, V-Check. Appreciate it. Another 14% rise here. Sticky draft, huh? Huh, Ben? Got some sticky draft going there? That happens. Turn 8. Okay, V-Check. Good job. Now we just need to get Ben caught up. Okay. Very good. So we lost a few watts in that last one. Ben, how you doing, buddy? You just losing it? Okay. Okay. Just tell me what you want me to do. Let me see if I can send a text here. This is always the hard part. Oops. Can't even spell. Okay, got it. All right. I hear you, Ben. Okay. All right, Ben, appreciate riding with you, brother. to pick a pace. Heart rate is a really good tool to use to judge pace. You see what heart rate zone you're in, you know if you're in a sustainable zone or not. All right, Ben, no problem, brother. We'll see you at the top. So now here's what is before me at this point. We've been keeping pretty much about a tempo pace. So I've got to decide if I want to keep it tempo or mix it up or go all out. So I think what I want to do is I do want to see if I even remotely have a possibility of hitting that hour threshold at some point. So I guess at this point, if I were to hold 3.2 watts and see how long I can hold it, if I can at least hold it for the last half of the course, then, especially after already having done half, maybe I might work towards that goal. So let's see what we can do here. We'll give it a try for a little bit, see how long I can hold it. Gotta switch bottles though. I need some hydration for that. Serious hydration. Okay, here we go. We'll start at turn 7. As good as any. So, no more talking from here on out. Got to find the new pace around 2:30. Oops, I'm still on somebody else. Thank you, Nikolai. Me too, Emiliano. Okay. That's all I can do. It's good enough for now. Cardiovascularly, I gotta give my heart a break here. So 10 minutes is not bad. Not too bad. I'll take that. Certainly not a 1 hour effort though. So I've lost quite a bit of fitness from my peak, I think. There's the last turn. A couple turns up from here. All right. Try to hold 160 until I can fully recover here. Whew. Okay, starting to recover. That was a good workout. Yes. Yep, exactly. I mean, I agree. But for me, I think it's just a little out of reach for me. I can't hold 230 watts for an hour. Back in my peak, maybe. But right now, my FTP is around 210. So I've got a ways to go to get back to where I was. If I can get back to where I was. I don't think my heart rate's going to come back down to a tempo pace anymore. Yeah, that's pretty close, Emiliano. I think from what I've heard some people say, you need 3.2 watts a kilo to do it. So, yeah, that's tough. Let me give that some more kudos. I can do so. Oh, heart rate jumped again. Looks like it's going to be a threshold effort all the way out. It'd be nice to get that Masochist badge. Quite possibly. How much, I don't know. It'd be good if some YouTuber could explore that and tell us. It'd be nice. All right, last turn up ahead. And it's a race to the finish. How much less, though, you think, Emiano? Tenth of a what? That's close. That's very close. A lot of suffering for sure. Kilometer to go. Flamme Rouge. All right, here we go. Final effort. Here we go. Let's see if we get the badge. Nope. No badge. Yeah, 250 points is nice. I guess I still got at least one more attempt to get the Masochist badge. I really wish Zwift would tell you how many more times you got to go instead of keeping us guessing. Well, thank you guys for helping me to make the finish. So, how long was that? An hour and 16 minutes? Yeah. Okay. Not great, but not bad. All right. Well, it's time for a proper cool down and some free kilometers. All right, guys, have a wonderful Saturday. Glad you could join me for this. Take care. We'll see you next time in Zwift. God bless and finish strong.